This is the Aquajet 410A. This is an all-electric robot. This nice part of this unit is that it's got an arm that extends up and a secondary arm with a rotation on it. This arm also extends out, and then another rotation on this one. The lance is mounted on a 1.5 meter bar. This unit is capable of 1,400 Newton meters of force, which is about 450 pound-feet of force. So we can match this up really nicely with a 400 horsepower pump. Super Lance on here is capable of 3,000 bar, which is about 43,000 PSI. It is an adaptable lance. We can put multiple different kinds of elbows, either come out straight if we're working upside down on the ceiling, or we can put a 45 on here with multiple hoses. The lance down in the inside here has a ceramic nozzle and the wear cap on it. Ceramic nozzle is good for about 350 hours of use and has a very linear flow. The hood on here is removable. This beam can be extended with beam extensions, and we also have an option of a beam extension with elbow. That way we can come and work down alongside on a pier or in some other conditions where you need to reach lance down over the side of a wall. This one can also be adapted to 410A with a tunnel kit, and it can work around in a radius. One of the really cool parts of the 410 series is the fact that you can take this red part here off and the robot can work underwater. The robot can be lifted onto fairly unusual jobs. You can be put up on top of a building or down into a tunnel. The unit is configured right here. It works off of 480 three-phase power. This arm can lift up, then the second arm can be rotated around. This gives us the ability to work on a wall beside us, on a ceiling above us, and obviously also a floor. As it stands right here, the 410A can reach about 9+ feet to be able to do removal from the ceiling. The unit weighs about 2,000 to 2,500 pounds, so it's pretty easily maneuverable. It also, with the retracting crawlers, I could take this robot through a doorway that's 2.6 feet. This is the new Ecosilence 700. 700 horsepower power pack. The name Ecosilence primary focus is to quiet the machine down. So it's still the 700 horsepower, still has 54 gallons per minute of flow at 1,290 bar, which is about 14,000 PSI. And the unit comes in a Connex box that has been modified to work with the hydrodemolition business. The inside of the box, we have the Hammelman pump and a Volvo 700 horsepower 6-cylinder diesel engine. The diesel engine is Tier 4 final. So some of the main features of this particular unit, because of the Ecosilence, is the exhaust that runs the entire length of the container. Also, the walls are insulated for silence. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the operating RPM up to 1,800 RPM so you can hear how quiet this machine is. Pressure on. So right now we're just flowing the water out, and as you can see, we're at 1,800 RPM. We're at red line, and I can still have a normal conversation outside of this container. We have electrically operated variable speed fans. The fans work from the system. They know what the temperature is of the engine coolant and will control themselves by speed for that. With this, we also have a large radiator and intercooler in the front of the machine. And this allows for a lot less airflow through a much larger surface area to allow the heat to be released from the machine. And also there's one fan inside of the machine that keeps the engine compartment and the operator compartment cool. Also on the machine we have a very convenient compartment here on the side that you can fuel the machine from the fuel port and also add the AdBlue from here. Not all demo robots are going to be working at 100% the whole time. We'd like to, but in the real world, we have to stop, move the robots, and if there's a long time between run time of actually pressure time, Ecosilence 700 has the ability to idle down, and then after a preset amount of time, typically about 2 or 3 minutes, it'll shut the engine off. And as soon as you need pressure again, it'll auto start back up. It's a nice fuel savings and a nice savings on wear and tear on the engine. On the back of the box, when you unlock, you can open it up, and you have a very convenient garage and work area. This unit right here is the EcoClear 20. This is good for cleaning 88 gallons of water per minute, or about 5,200 to 5,300 gallons per hour. This unit comes as a containerized unit. This is an automated water cleaning system for hydrodemolition. When the ultra high pressure water is used for demolishing concrete, the water is highly alkaline and it's also dirty. We call this TSS, or total suspended solids that are in the water. So what the EcoClear does is we'll have a containment system where we catch the water and use a sump pump to bring the water into the unit. Through the inlet, the water comes in, it's measured to see how much it is, and it's also controlled on and off and through this system. There's a pipe that runs up through the system up here and up into the top, and there's 5 tanks. The first tank has a couple of chemicals that are added to it. One of them is flocculant, the other one's coagulant. The first one, coagulant, is added into the first tank, and that starts to clump. Then in the second tank, flocculant is added. The added flocculant increases that collection of these particles together. Then it goes into third tank, and it all settles down past these lamellar flow panels. And in the bottom of it, it's funnel shaped. There is a peristaltic pump. This is our sludge pump. The sludge pump takes the dirty water from tank 3 and the sludge, and because the chemicals have been added to this sludge already, after a certain amount of time, that TSS has been recorded and we know how much is in the water, and we'll take that and either pump it back into tank 2 because it has the chemicals in it, to mix in with the water that's coming into it and help clean water occur. Most water will come in at maybe somewhere between 15 and 20,000 parts per million, and when it comes out, it's typically much less than 100 parts per million. And then as it goes through the machine, we treat the water for alkalinity from typically a working alkalinity of about 12 points pH, and we try to get that down to 7 or whatever the particular municipality that we're working in needs. The other huge factor with this machine is, with the EcoClear 20, is that we can take this water and recycle it back into the power pack and use this water again. All the doors on the EcoClear 20 lock for security. Safety ladder that folds up, and then we'll go up top. There's also CO2 coming up from the bottles. The bubbles of CO2 is what neutralizes the pH level in the water and brings it down from 12 down to 9 to 7.